We have a $3 stock, which is looking absolutely amazing to explode to the upside soon. It has a 22% short interest rate, and it is the Airbnb but of selling houses. We also have a hedge fund manager, Eric Jackson, which is calling for a 100x return. Now, this is the same hedge fund and the same guy who called Carvana at the bottom, giving a return of 7,000%, and he is calling it the next Carvana. And in this video we'll be taking a look at his due diligence. Now, Carvana is a stock that hit $360, and then it crashed hard 97% when it was a brink of bankruptcy. Now, from the bottom we had this hedge fund manager calling it, and since then it just went up incredibly. Now, this guy is also calling Opendoor, this stock, for a 100x return. Okay, 100x return, giving it a price target of 82%. Now, this company is sort of Airbnb but of selling homes if you want to sell your house, and this company is in the buying business. So we can take a look at his due diligence over here. First of all, his AI model at his hedge fund called it, and he's saying how, remember when Carvana was circling the drain at $3 in 2022? Wall Street was convinced it was going bankrupt, but they cut costs, stabilized, and the stock went up 100%. So he's going to be saying the same thing for this stock. This stock was not profitable, but they are also cutting costs. So next earnings is going to be a very good catalyst for this company. Opendoor has cut costs aggressively. They're piloting a new asset light model. And then Zillow and Redfin have exited the iBuying business. So by Zillow and Redfin exiting this business of selling homes in this way, this is going to provide a bigger market share for Opendoor and a higher dominance in the market share. Now let's talk upside math. If Open goes to 12 billion in revenue in a few years, already the Bloomberg consensus estimate, and it market gives them a 5x EV return, that's a stock price of $82, 100x from here. And again, they have no competitors, and he's comparing it to Coinbase in 2022 when all the cryptos pulled back. Bitcoin, Ethereum, and crypto market was down 80%. Everyone pulled back or pulled out, then the crypto market came back. Coinbase was left standing and nearby. Now, this is very interesting because the housing market is kind of struggling right now. But if Fed Chair Powell does cut interest rates, and we have the president really telling him to do that and pushing him to do that, once interest rates come back down, we're gonna see massive buying of homes because it's gonna be much cheaper with lower interest rates. It'll be easier to borrow cash. So that is what sort of Eric Jackson is explaining. So he's talking about that, and it's very interesting. He's talking about you don't get 100 baggers without upset stomachs, but when you spot one early with almost no one else watching, that's when the magic happens. So again, this is not a stock where I'm going to be going all in, but I'm definitely going to be putting a couple $1,000 in shares or potential leaps. So this is something where I'm willing to lose 100% of my position here for this upside, especially with how this technical analysis is looking. The technical analysis is looking absolutely bullish here, and price action is going to be very king. Now we have a lot of high volume here. We recently also had the CEO leaving here. We had the CEO leaving. Um, we have the CEO leaving, but this is going to be bullish for investors because pretty much the CEO left because of pressure from investors. And we have people saying, not a single founder, nor executive who built Opendoor AI, Opendoor to an IPO, or billions of free cash flow, or $18 billion of market cap supports this CEO. So we have very much bullish uh, trend from the CEO leaving. And then we have this chart, which is looking absolutely amazing. So we had this whole trend to the upside, then we pushed back, and we have been sort of consolidating here, resting, and now we are testing this level of resistance. Now, this level of resistance is going to be very, very good. Now, this is a solid cup and handle pattern, but we haven't made the handle yet. So expecting some sort of a pullback here, and I want to be buying shares here at $3 is going to be the ideal target here. So we can see sort of a pullback as the market pulls back. And then once we test this resistance again, so if we do test this resistance again, that is going to be a key time. Now, if you guys have not seen, cup and handle patterns, we have one in gold. We played the cup and handle on gold. So let's go over here. So this is going to be an example of a cup and handle breakout where we test this level of support, we consolidate, and then we break out. And we can see that with open here where we are going to be testing this level of support. And once we break out, that is when we can get the explosive move to the upside. Now, another cup and handle play that I want to talk about that looks very similar to this stock is going to be Hims and Hers. Now, Hims and Hers actually had two cup and handle plays. So this is going to be a successful cup and handle play. And then here, I think we had some news or some catalyst because it gapped down here. So always catalyst and news over technical analysis. But here is going to be another example of a cup and handle breakout here. So this is going to be a really good example. And this was sort of I remember it being a really, yeah, it was over 100%, 200% off this breakout for Hims and Hers. So OpenAI Opendoor looking very, very similar. I want to be buying in shares, and I'll let you guys know in the Discord if I do buy shares. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. Do you guys really think that we can see 100x on this $3 stock? And let me know what you guys think. See you guys later.